Greetings, everybody. I'm Lobo. Welcome to Luna. This is episode 144 of my Minecraft survival series, and today we're going to be spending a little time here in the farm district because we got a lot of work that we need to do here. We got a lot of stuff that needs to be done. Last episode we spent a little bit of time over here at our wheat farm, which is doing pretty good. We also did a little bit of work at our pumpkin farm, but we'll go ahead and check out the wheat farm first. We're getting plenty of wheat. Actually, let me go up here and check out the seeds. Okay, you know what? We'll just do the wheat first. We'll do the wheat first. Plenty of wheat. Also, before I flip down this trap door, we're also getting plenty of seeds too. And, you know, that got me thinking, you know, it's great that we have an item disposal system in here to get rid of the stuff we don't actually need, right, when it gets too full. Isn't it? Isn't it, Wheat Villager. There you go. Yeah, it's great. He agrees with me. Unfortunately, though, at our other farms, we don't really have that luxury. For instance, over here at our pumpkin farm, which we also got up and running, this is the only other farm that's up and running at this point. All these chests and all these hoppers are eventually going to get filled up, and then we're just going to have pumpkins sitting up here waiting to despawn, which is probably going to cause us a pretty significant amount of lag. So, what I was thinking is, since we don't really have a whole lot of room up here, we'll probably try to have to squeeze something in this little space in between these areas, probably up here in the attic. And we're probably going to have to work fast because I don't know how much storage space we actually got. Oh my goodness, horsey. All right, back in you go. Back in you go. Why don't you guys like your home? This is a pretty nice place I built for y'all here. I would live here. I'm just saying. I don't know why these guys don't want to stay in. Yeah, I had to go grab some stuff to prepare for what we're doing today. I noticed that all my horsies had run off. All right, back to work. So fortunately, we did save ourselves, or we spared ourselves a bit of room when we built this place. And that is actually going to be very beneficial in keeping the redstone kind of lowered towards this and not have to run too much of it to make this thing go up too far. I don't know. I'm just talking right now, trying to figure out how I'm going to make this work. I don't know. Let me try a few things, and then I'll be back with you guys in just a minute. All right. I think I got it. You can see everything's wired up here. I'll go ahead and show you guys how it actually works. So once all the chests get filled up, this all the stuff is going to flow through these hoppers into the center one, which is facing into this bottom dropper right here. And once items make their way into that dropper, it's going to send a signal into this pulse extender and into this redstone clock, which is then going to power all these droppers and shoot the items into this cactus right here. So since this is getting direct power, it's actually powering both the bottom dropper and the top dropper at the same time, which is going to work. I mean, that's going to work for us. That's going to get rid of any excess pumpkin so we don't have anything just sitting out in the open despawning. Unfortunately, I did have to kind of tear out the interior of my loft here to make this work, but I mean, that's okay. I never spent any time here ever. Anyway, I don't think I ever actually stayed up here. It's too hard to get to. So yeah, well worth it, I think. Let's go ahead and shift focus over to our beetroot farm with our carrot and potato farm soon to follow. My goal for this episode is to basically have the farm district up and running at 100% by the end of this episode, which we've never actually had, but we're going to try to. Let me figure out what we can do here. All right, so I have noticed a couple things we're going to have to fix here, or change up at least. Oh, this is going to be messy, isn't it? Oh, this is going to be super messy. Okay, well, we got to do it. Got this beet juice all over me. But yeah, we have a way to get rid of them now, so that way I won't be covered in this stuff for much longer. Let me go ahead and show you how this works. So basically, once stuff starts backing up into these hoppers, it's going to feed into this dropper right here, which is then going to send a signal up to a torch tower, which is going to power this thing on a redstone clock, which is situated slightly above it because we have very limited working space here inside these silos. Oh, I'm picking up the beets, aren't I? I don't want these things. Made this whole thing to get rid of them. But yeah, that should alleviate our beet problem, hopefully. Because, I mean, I already have enough beets. I have more beets I know what to do with, and you know what? There's still actually more that I need to get rid of. I think what we'll do is probably just let all these things fall down to the bottom, and then we'll go ahead and input them in the bottom. Because we do have another issue that we're going to be dealing with down there. And that is the fact that now some of our item elevators are not elevating items the way they're supposed to. In fact, they're just kind of spitting them out. But that's okay, because I think I know how we can solve this. And that seems to have worked. It's just a simple matter of adding another dropper up in there to kind of raise up the thing. So now, everything seems to be going as it should. Let's just pop up here real quick and just make sure that we're not having any issues with the items flowing up and over into the hoppers, because that could be the only other issue we're facing here. But no, that part seems to be working just fine. All right, so Beetroot Farm is back in business, provided that we have a beetroot farmer, which we should. Turns out we do have a beetroot farmer. He's just not where he's supposed to be. For some reason, he decided that his time was better served back here than in his actual farm. Oh, there's so much weird stuff going on after converting this world to Bedrock. And if you didn't know why we're doing what we're doing, kind of like making repairs around the world, is because we recently converted this world to Bedrock from Legacy Console Edition. All right, but that should take care of our beetroot farmer issue, or our issue of not having one. I'm just saying, get this all set. Oh, breaking everything right now. And then we'll just go ahead and load up on beetroot seeds, so that way we can make sure our beetroot farmer is also loaded up on beetroot seeds. And with that, we should be good to go. Should be. Let's see if he actually starts working. Is it because I'm watching? You're not gonna work if I'm watching? Okay. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and turn away. And oh, you didn't fall for it, did you? You didn't fall for that one. All right. You know what? Let's go ahead and pretend that we're going to walk away, and then we'll see if he actually gets to work, because we need to make sure he's actually working here. We need to make sure he's actually working. Come on. I believe in you. I have faith in you. Yes! You know, I feel really fortunate, the fact that we are coming along. You know, we're getting back on our feet now. I think next up we're probably going to do the potato farm. Or actually, no, we need to do the item disposal system in the storages first. I still hear these raiders around here. Remember the last episode we couldn't find the raiders during the raid? Yeah. I think they're underground somewhere. So we're really fortunate on that account too. Actually, you know what? There's an easier way to get into these. We have access to these silos from the farmer's market. And since our carrot and potato silos are pretty much identical to our beetroot farm silo, we know we have to alter this a tiny bit, add a dropper in there, and then do our item disposal up there at the top. And that's all there is to it. All right, so all our systems are in, and changes have been made, and everything is tested and working. And the same thing can also be said for our carrot silo. I'm just testing these out with the beetroot seeds I had left over. So that's why those are not carrots. But this is the carrot silo. So disposal system is in here. The bottom elevator thing has been changed up too. So our items shouldn't have any trouble flowing in. And now it's just a matter of getting the farms themselves to actually work. If we were in Legacy Console, it would be a simple matter of just letting the cactuses grow back in. Unfortunately, though, we relied on the piston spitting out a block mechanic, which is not a part of Bedrock, to do this. So we'd have to rework our timers just a little bit here. And yeah, I could probably come up with a new timer that's simpler. I could probably just look something up and find a timer for this. But honestly, I like what we got going on down here. You know, it's nostalgia, really. Nostalgia. So I think what we're going to do is do this, but without the spitting out the block mechanic that we used previously. To have an idea how we're going to do that. And that is going to be by having a toggleable on-off switch powered by our first cactus, allowing our second cactus to grow, theoretically. So these guys are going to be in direct competition with each other, you know? This first cactus doesn't want this second cactus to grow in, and it's only going to allow it to do so every now and then, so we can get a harvest after, you know, the field has had time to grow in. So if we go ahead and act like this cactus grew in, you should see from Wolfrid's point of view that the potatoes are all being harvested up there on the surface, right? Yeah, just like they're supposed to be. Okay. And since we don't want this guy to harvest the field again anytime soon, we need time for our farmer to plant the field and for that stuff to grow in. This first cactus is going to make sure that he doesn't do any more growing for a while, because that will cause our field to once again be harvested. So this will have to grow in again in order for the second cactus to be allowed to grow in, right? So that guy can now grow up. He can do his second harvest, which obviously will take quite a while. Now, the big question is, you stay out of my machinery. You don't go down there. That's not for you. The big question is the farmer actually going to do his thing? Because he's been hanging out inside his house. He hasn't. Yes, he is. He's so mad that his field was harvested that he came out here to replant. All right, perfect. That's good. All right, so now that we have a potato farm up and running yet again, we need to go ahead and do the same thing that we did to our potato farm over here to our carrot farm. And actually, I'm going the wrong way because we have to go through the farmer's market to access that. Oh my goodness, hello. This, ow. This one's a little bit more dangerous. This one has grotto access. And the folks that frequent that place are not folks that we want to really mess with. All right, that should just about take care of it. So this one's hooked up basically the same way our other one was hooked up. Get some lighting over here so that way we don't have random mobs coming through here and causing trouble. Like you. No! No. It's like, what was that sound? That was a turtle getting hurt. I don't want the turtle to be hurt. Okay. You can go away. And you... Can you come this way? Can you come to me? You're very lucky that the top of that cactus isn't thorny. Alright. What are we going to do about this? Alright, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and break everything I just made so I can save the turtle because he decided he wanted to fall down into the cactus thing. Or maybe I pushed him with that drowned attack. I'm not really quite sure the chain of events. But we're going to go ahead and build this back up. And then we're going to take steps to make sure you guys stay where you belong. Because you don't belong in here with my redstone, I can tell you that much. Negative. You guys are going to have to hang out over there. Go ahead and block this side off too. Go ahead and seal this place up again. That's what I think we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and seal this place up. Grab this real quick. Yep. Oh, you're kind of stuck down there, aren't you? Let me go ahead and give you a way out. Because that would be incredibly rude to trap that guy there. Alright, now we're good. And then it's just a matter of making sure our soil is prepared and not trampleable, hopefully, with these lower slabs as a transitional area. And I think we should be good here for our farmer to get back to work. You're doing a great job, by the way. Excellent work. What? Can't concentrate while I'm looking at you? You can't work while I'm looking at you? I'm not even looking. You're the one looking at me. Are you kidding? All right, I'm leaving. Let's go ahead and check back up on Tater, see how he's doing over here. Oh, he seems to be doing just fine. Doing just fine, Tater. All right, yeah, everything's looking good here. So now we have our beetroot farm, our wheat farm, our carrot farm, our potato farm, and our pumpkin farm back up and running. There's only one more food farm that we really need to get operational, and unfortunately it's something that we barely had operational in the last world before the conversion. And that is our melon farm, which has been closed for refurbishment since shortly after we built it. But I do have an idea of what we can do to make this place run like it should. You serious? You serious right now? So this was one of our redstone projects that, you know, I kind of improvised as we were doing it, and it worked. It worked, but not that great, you know? It wasn't super efficient. It was very expensive. On top of it being like a farm that, like, didn't work the way I wanted it to, it was also very expensive. And to be honest, I'm actually looking forward to recouping some of this expense. So I think we're going to revamp this whole thing. And I'm going to take back all these pistons and observers and all this redstone that we use down here. That way we can put that towards future projects. Underground area is dangerous. This is where the pillagers are. And the design that we're going to use in its place is basically the exact same design we used over at Jumping Jack-Lanterns, which was another improvised design, albeit one that worked much, much better and was much, much less expensive than this. So, since we already know what we're going to do here, why don't we go ahead and call Wolford over, put on a little bit of music, and get to work. Welcome back, everybody. We have a farm, and we have a farm that works. Oh, this feels so good. It was so much easier to build this too. I'm actually really happy with it, you know? I'm happy with the other design as well, you know? I'm happy that we got something that was semi-working, or that it worked, it just wasn't operational. It didn't collect all the melons, you know? But this one, it works, it's easier, it's simpler, and it does, in fact, not leave melons on the ground to despawn. So, yeah, that's great. That's great, that's wonderful. So we have a working melon farm. Once again, the farm district is up and running, 100% working now. As far as what we've collected so far, I had Wolford watching that for a while I've been cleaning up. And I set up a little divider in here, so everything after these couple things of actual melons, like this is all new stuff. This has come in since we got the farm back up and running. And it's gonna keep coming in, because we're not shutting this thing down this time. But I did get to thinking, you know, we got 8 double chests here that will eventually all get filled up. And I know we did item disposal systems at our other farms, you know. We did item disposal system over here at our carrot silo. We did item disposal systems over at our pumpkin farm, at our wheat farm, at our carrot farm, our potato farm, and our beetroot farm. And I got to thinking, man, that's a little wasteful, just getting rid of items, you know. Because I did use Bonemeal on these, and I was thinking, you know what, we could probably make use of some of that excess instead of just chucking it out into a cactus. So, what we could do is make a little composting station prior to the item disposal system, which gives us a renewable source of Bonemeal using that excess organic material from our farms. And this would actually provide us with Bonemeal, at least until we get the withering house back up and running, because right now that farm is down and I haven't tested to see if we can get it back up and working again. So I don't know, we're gonna need the Bonemeal. We might as well do this because it's a simple addition and it makes sense, right? It just makes sense. So we can make this simple addition here to the wheat farm inside our windmill. It does get kind of cramped in here, but we can still access everything we need to access. So yeah, not too big of a deal there. Let me go ahead and start getting this thing put back together. And man, we're making some progress here in the farming district. It's even better than it was before. I'm going to need to have this slab back, I think, because that's part of my ceiling originally. We're going to have to figure out something else for the chest to sit on top of, because it can't just be floating in the air like that. So let me go ahead and grab something. Oh, you know what? You know what? Boom! Instant table. Now there's a question of how do we implement our composting system into each of the silos. And it's occurred to me that just like we got our item disposal system in, we do have a little bit of room off to each of the sides of this thing. So if we situate this at the top of our actual storage, but beneath our item disposal system, that should allow us to get some composted stuff here. I have this situated off to the opposite side of the site I was showing you earlier, just because it made more sense to build it this way. A lot less moving stuff around, right? So let me go ahead and get this in. Right now I'm on top of our actual composter station. You can kind of see it down there. If I get this hopper in, you won't be able to see it anymore. Oh my goodness. There we go. There we go. So this chest right here feeds into our composter. It's at the top of the storage system. So as I said, the storage system will get filled up before any items went into here. But yeah, I think that should work. And then once that got filled up full of Bonemeal and stuff like that, couldn't take any more items, that's when our item disposal system would actually kick in. So yeah, much less waste with this system in here. And we can do the same thing over here at this silo, which takes care of our carrot farm as well. And our pumpkin farm, which is already quite a bit cramped, is going to have to get more cramped as we work our composting system in. Luckily, this doesn't take up a whole lot of space, so basically how we did this was there's the hopper that feeds into our dropper, right? Before it feeds in there, it's going to feed downward first, so all our composting stuff would have to get filled up before it feeds into the actual item disposal system. So yeah, we'll get some Bonemeal out of this pretty soon, I think. And that is the last of it. All right, so that takes care of our melon farm over here as well. So once we are all stocked up full of melons, all 8 double chests are stocked up full of melons, any excess melons are going to make their way into this composter and then down into this chest as Bonemeal. And there was a villager around here who was like not leaving me alone. How these sheep get in here? Where'd that villager go? I was gonna, yeah, there you are. You don't want to talk now? Nah, bring out the camera, all of a sudden you go into hiding, huh? That's fine. That's fine. But man, we got the farm district 100% operational for the first time in forever, which is great. That's man, it's even better than before. You know, we did a lot of renovations, a lot of retrofits, a lot of repairs, and I'm feeling good about this, man. I'm feeling really good. The farm district is back up and running better than ever. Luna has food again, and we even got our melon farm over here operational. This is no longer closed for refurbishment. We can go ahead and take this sign down. Oh yeah, feeling good. So I think that is where we are going to call it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, please be sure to hit that little thumbs up button and let me know. If you want to see more, then please remember to subscribe. But as always, I just want to thank you guys for hanging out today. I deeply appreciate it. And until next time, I am Lobo, and I will see you guys later.